Wait, before we can start today's vodcast of the Benny and Rob experiment, or the Rob and Benny experiment, we have to touch tips.
I don't even know if they're straight. We touch tips.
Welcome to the Rob and Benny experiment, the R&B.
I still feel weird whenever I say that.
This is our weekly vodcast in which we teach you information about comic books, and we teach ourselves at times, because as we've discovered, Rob doesn't know nearly as much as he claims.
I thought I did. Admittedly though, okay, so I was thinking about this last night. Because I was like, man, I don't know nearly, but okay. With the Incredible Hulk, I did all of Greg Pak's run, which is basically World War Hulk forward, or Planet Hulk forward. And then, what were the other ones that we did?
We did a Joker one,
yeah,
and a Flash one.
I'm not that knowledgeable about Joker or Flash. I'm getting more knowledgeable, but I was never really a DC guy. I was always more of a Marvel guy.
So we're going to make you into a DC guy, is the plan.
Yeah.
The end of this is, at the end of all of these episodes of the podcast, you'll have a DC shirt on.
Yeah. Oh, dude, with DC Rebirth, man, let me tell you something. God, I'm becoming a DC fan.
But don't forget, guys, if you enjoy the banter and the wittiness that we bring to the table, I'm going to call it wittiness, even though we're not that smart.
Yeah.
Okay, but
we're smart.
if you enjoy that, go check out our gaming channel, Eligible Monster Gaming. We bring you weekly skits and challenges in which we do crazy AAA titles and regular random I don't know what's going on titles. This particular week is going to be Natalie and Rob competing in Pyre. And last week they competed in Injustice, and that's when we discovered Rob doesn't know how to play Injustice. It's gonna hurt. And if you also want to support this channel and this vodcast, please click the link down below to go to dollarshaveclub.com/Comicstorian. Get yourself a nice set of razors from two individuals. Well, I shaved this morning.
I shaved down here. Yeah, whenever it is I need to shave my beard, trim my beard up, I use Dollar Shave Club to trim my beard up.
I actually do use Dollar Shave Club though, because I actually typically shave. Yes, I actually do. But yeah, if you want to support us and you want to support the podcast, please click the link down below, go to our sponsor, and go check out and get yourself some nice shaving apparatus stuff at a very cheap rate, because it's much cheaper than actually going to the store.
Yeah. It is. It really is.
So today, Rob is going to take point on the vodcast, and he's going to teach me something, Rob. What are you going to teach me?
Are we doing the Deadpool one?
No, that's next.
Okay. Infinity War. The question is...
So this one's...
I'm totally enamored by this fidget spinner. The question... People are going to hate me. The question is... What was the question? Who's gonna die in Infinity War? That's the topic. Who's gonna die?
It's supposed to help you focus.
It is
it's not supposed to.
It's distracting me. Who is going to die in Infinity War?
Right. So this one's less of an informational one, and this is more of us having fun, giving theories as to how characters died in the comic books, and is that possible in the movie? Yes. Let us know in the comments down below if you think that our theories are accurate, and if you're annoyed by the fidget spinners.
Yes. I imagine a lot of people are going to be like, I hate fidget spinners.
And if you do like fidget spinners like we do, the back end of this particular vodcast has us talking about fidget spinners. So Rob, let's go to the top of that list.
Top of that list is Iron Man.
That's not, what list do you have up? That's
right there.
Oh!
That's the Deadpool one, man. Why would Apocalypse Wars be part of how Thanos died?
That's what I was wondering!
Marvel got the rights back to the X-Men!
Great, now it's gonna be all over.
It's gonna
be all over Newsarama.
Newsarama's gonna publish it. A YouTube video says Marvel got the rights back to the X-Men, so we know it's true.
Okay, so Iron Man. We think Iron Man. Now, I actually really do think it may be Iron Man.
Yeah.
Okay? And the reason I think that it might be Iron Man is because Robert Downey Jr. is getting old. Mm-hmm. He's been doing this since what, 2007, 2008 now?
Yeah, something like 2006. I think he's just tired of playing the character of Tony Stark.
Yeah, and I could totally see that as well, which is why I don't think he's tired of the role of Tony Stark. He seems to be really enjoying it.
Yeah.
But I think he's basically just wants to move on.
But you don't want to be typecast. From now until the end of time, Hugh Jackman will be the Wolverine. He'll be Wolverine.
I think he's fine with that, though.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. But the problem is, for example, Robert Downey Jr. made a movie called The Judge.
Yes.
And it didn't do that well, because people want to see him as Tony Stark.
Right.
So I could see him being the killed off. The question is, if Iron Man dies in Infinity War, how does it happen?
You want to ask that question, if he does go?
Well, I mean, we can throw it out there if we want to. I mean, just kind of see. I mean, personally, I think that either he'll be disintegrated or his armor will be shut down. He'll just he'll die like he did.
Oh, I don't see it being horrific. I see it being heroic.
Heroic?
Yeah, so? like he'll kind of like he did at the Avengers and end of the Avengers movie. He flew the bomb into the Chitauri, so it was like he's going to die, and of course he didn't.
I mean,
something like that though. Like maybe he grabs the gauntlet from Thanos.
Yeah.
Causing, he gets it and he gets control of it, but it takes his soul.
You know what I could see? I could see Thanos going to kill Captain America and then Iron Man jumps in the way.
That would be a nice redeeming thing, playing homage to Captain America and Iron Man in Civil War.
Yeah, that's true.
That could be a great thing.
Okay, so what do we think about Thor?
That's it? We're done with Iron Man?
Well, we can keep going if you want.
Okay. Thor?
I don't know how much longer we can go about Iron Man. Okay, well, let's ask this question. All right, let's say, for example, that Iron Man did die in Infinity War.
Okay.
Okay, what comes next? Do they not bring him back? Do they leave him?
Well, I think in general, Infinity War, even if they don't die, the superheroes are the core guys are done. I mean, who's the guy that plays Captain America?
Chris Evans.
I want to say Chris Hemsworth, but that's Thor. There's too many Chris's.
Yes.
Then we got Chris Pine over there playing Steve Trevor. So there's just like 3 Chris's in superhero movies that are
There's
big.
all kinds of Chris's. So many Chris's in Hollywood.
So we even have a Chris as our camera guy. I see both Chris's, Chris Hemsworth and Chris, what's the other guy?
Evans.
I see them both just being done with it.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna move on. They're already doing other movies.
Okay, well, we're talking about Iron Man.
No, but what I'm saying is, Iron Man is the same thing. He's been doing it for like 12, 13 years. He's not been, oh, I'm leaving. But he's made so much money out of this.
Yeah.
What does it even matter at this point? He's gonna go.
Well, see, that's the
So
thing.
I think in general, even if they don't die, we're losing almost the entire current cast. And if they didn't get introduced in Phase 3, they're not going to be here anymore.
I think that Iron Man will die in a heroic fashion. I think
Okay.
he'll die saving Captain America. And then I think that'll be the end of it. I don't see, War Machine becoming Iron Man.
No.
I see them just, getting rid of Iron Man in his entirety, and that's it. So then that knocks out, Tony Stark for the future of, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. All right, so the next question is Thor. All right, let's go.
Okay,
to Thor.
go Thor now,
first.
yeah.
Okay, so Thor's great big huge thing now is that at the moment, he's like the powerhouse of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's like the Incredible Hulk, the guy that just shows up and blows stuff up.
I was going to say, I
Exactly.
kind of assumed that was the Hulk.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Because in case you missed it, Thor is a smoldering fire. Hulk is a raging fire.
Raging fire. We know that because he's jumping at Surtur. And that looks amazing, by the way. Okay, so I think that Thor is honestly just gonna die in just part of the huge battle, if he ends up going. I think he'll just die in a battle, preferably either against Thanos or against one of the members of the Black Order.
I could see that, like a final finale.
Yeah.
Or he becomes Odin. Odin in some manner goes down. Thor does not die, but he's no longer able to come to Earth. He now has to become the king of Asgard.
Well, okay, because remember, Thor Ragnarok, assuming they follow the premise or even something simple, something symbolizing or relatively close to the comic, Odin died before Ragnarok. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with that, there was a guy named Dan Jurgens who was writing Thor prior to the events of Thor Ragnarok, and it was a 5 or 6 part story, different volumes, that started with the death of Odin, and then it went into Lord of Asgard, which is when Thor became the king of Asgard, and then it was gods on Earth, and it was 4 or 5 different stories that led into the Ragnarok event.
Okay.
But with the death of Odin, Odin died in a battle against Surtur. Surtur was the one that killed him, and so the result, that's how it was that during the events of Ragnarok, that Thor was talking to the Odin Force because Odin was basically dead. I could see that being the case. I could see that Odin returns at the beginning of Thor Ragnarok or whatever it is, and then Odin dies during Thor Ragnarok, and then Thor becomes the new Odin or whatever, the ruler of Asgard.
We have to keep in mind, this is a 2-part movie, so whoever dies is not going to be until the second part, probably.
That's true.
I don't see anyone dying in next year's movie.
If he does not die, if Thor does it, well then that's fine. We just call it who's going to die in Infinity War / Gauntlet, whatever. If Thor doesn't die, I could see him becoming the head of Asgard just like Odin was.
Okay. No, well, that's what I'm saying, though. I see him become, that's his natural progression of his character.
Yeah.
Iron Man needs to become less of a playboy. He needs to just be Tony Stark again. He got the reactor taken out of his chest.
Yeah.
He needs to move on. Captain America is going to retire. They might even take, we're going to get to Captain America, so I'll talk to him about him in a minute, so if Tony Stark were to just leave, let's say if he doesn't die, if Tony Stark were to not die, and I love your idea about him saving Cap, because that would be the ultimate redeeming factor of the Civil War. But if he didn't die, I see him just retiring. And Thor, if he doesn't die, I see him just becoming king of Asgard.
Yeah.
And it's over. It's done. So I'm agreeing with you 100%, and I pretty much just restated what you just said.
No, that's fine. Okay, so the Incredible Hulk. All right.
He's an interesting one.
He is.
Because my theory is that all the original guys are going to be gone.
I agree with that.
But the Hulk may be the only guy that isn't. Because we don't have a true movie with him and Mark Ruffalo because of the Universal Pictures fiasco.
Yeah.
And we don't have unless Thor Ragnarok gives us a Hulk-based subplot that we can enjoy and it's not just the Hulk's there.
Yeah.
We don't have a Hulk plot. So if we were to get rid of him after Infinity War, Banner's cured, or Banner moves on, or Amadeus Cho takes over.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what they would do with Hulk.
I could see the Incredible Hulk dying during Infinity War, and I could see them using that to catapult into General Thunderbolt Ross becoming Red Hulk. The only question is,
the actor's not going to do it.
Well, that's the question. Like, will William Hurt actually do? Like, is he just like, hey, look, I'm too old, man.
That's kind of it.
I can't be running around, all right, beating people up and stuff.
This old man, William Hurt, just like,
it'd be funny.
I was watching that movie Going Out in Style, and it made me realize just how old Morgan Freeman's gotten.
I've never seen that.
Oh, it's basically Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, and this other actor who's well known. They're all 70 now.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they are old gentlemen who have lost all their money and they go rob a bank.
Yeah.
And while watching that, I was actually thinking about William Hurt as Red Hulk. And like, there's a scene where like one of them's running and he's like, and I'm like, that would be William Hurt as the Hulk, Red Hulk. He'd be like,
it'd be funny.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
I think it would be hilarious. Okay.
An old man kind of waddling into battle. I don't see it being Red Hulk. But I see maybe the Hulk just staying because we haven't had enough Hulk really to justify him leaving.
I mean, it's weird because the rumor is that they want to do another Incredible Hulk movie,
and it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know whether they can or not. If that rumor turns out to be true, of course Hulk will live. But if it doesn't turn out to be true, I could see the Hulk just being killed by Thanos. I could see it being done in like this amazing way,
right? Just to prove the power.
Yeah, where it's like a battle of titans, where Thanos is like, I'm just gonna only use the Power Stone, and then like he's still having a hard time with Thor or with Hulk.
What if Infinity War ends with the death of the Hulk as like the, oh my god, look at his power, and that Infinity Gauntlet ends with the death of Iron Man saving Cap?
That would be nuts.
And instead of who will die, we have two.
Yeah. Oh my god. that would be insane. Okay, Captain America.
Okay, I can almost guarantee with just how much Chris Evans talks about it that if he doesn't die, he's not staying.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things because he's always been like, all right, guys, look, I'm done playing Captain America right after this next movie.
Yeah,
and it's always that way. He's like, I'm done playing Captain America.
Oh, they gave me more money.
Yeah, after Captain America 2, The Winter Soldier, I'm done. Like after we do Civil War, then I'll be done.
And after I appear in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And after I appear in Infinity War.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to take a break. I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to if he was just done in its entirety. But I will say this: if there was any character that was a surefire character to die in either Infinity War or Infinity Gauntlet, my money would be on Captain America.
I actually think you're wrong.
You think so?
I think Iron Man is the surefire bet because he'll save Cap. And what I see happening is Chris Evans' character of Steve Rogers gives up the shield. And what I see happening is Bucky Barnes or Falcon taking it.
Yeah.
One of his friends. They don't get a movie, but they are now the background cameo version of Captain America.
See, I think that second part is right. I think either Sam Wilson, I think it'll be Bucky Barnes who'll get it first, and then something will happen, either he'll die or whatever, and then Sam Wilson will take it. But I could see, like, I think that will happen, but I think the reason for them taking it is because Captain America will probably be killed at the hands of Thanos. Now, if he dies at the hands of Thanos, I could see it being beastly, where it's like he's the last man standing, and he's like, I've fought tyrants like you before, I'm not afraid of you, and he's like, whatever, and just like backhands his head around in circles. I have no idea. But like,
so basically, in the middle of Infinity War, you foresee it turning into a cartoon.
No, I don't see it turning into
backhands Chris Evans, and it's like,
no, I don't see that. But I think Captain America dying would be more impactful than any other character who.
I think Tony Stark. Tony Stark would have the most impact. He started the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he goes out with a bang at the end of the initial run of everything.
That is true.
Chris Evans showed up late as Captain America, and yes, first Avengers started the whole thing.
Yeah, but it's okay. But you remember when Captain America died in the comics,
right? It's
Captain America. It was like the death of Superman. It's just like, my God.
That's different though. At that time, when Captain America died, he was more important than Iron Man. Iron Man, no one knew who the hell he was, and Marvel's biggest hurdle was getting people to realize it wasn't a robot.
Yeah.
I would almost beg to ask. I don't know the terminology, but I would almost question you that Iron Man is now more recognizable than Captain America. He's in every movie.
He is, but...
And the movies are definitely more popular than the comics, especially nowadays.
All right, in terms of putting faces, if I sat Robert Downey Jr. and I set Chris Evans side by side and I said, who are these two characters? Most people would say that's Iron Man. They might not be able to say that's Captain
I'm going to ask the camera guy, because he's not a superhero fan, who do you recognize easier, camera guy? Iron Man. Camera guy's on my side.
Wow. Okay,
Thank you, Chris.
I will give you that. I will give you that. The Captain America name is more recognizable than the Iron Man name, but looking at the faces, I would say Iron Man is more recognizable in terms of like just looking at the characters than Captain America. So, I would say that.
I just foresee him giving up the shield.
You think so?
Because it's not even the whole all new, all different Marvel thing if he gave it the shield. That's happened multiple times.
Yeah.
That is a common occurrence with the character of Captain America. I think it happened in the 80s, it happened in the 90s, it happened in the 2000s. He always gives up the shield for a short or longer period of time. Someone else always becomes Captain America to replace him. Yeah. He's become the Patriot, he's become the Nomad, he's died. Like
that was the whole thing. Like after his death, I want to say it was Fear itself. I'm not going to swear to that, but it was a story where he came back. And then, like, Bucky Barnes had already taken up the mantle of Captain America, and he was like, okay, well, then you can just hang out for a while. And
that's what I'm saying. Like, the character of Captain America has always been one of those rotational characters. Yeah. As much as people recognize Steve Rogers as Captain America, it has always been a rotational character.
I agree with that.
Like, actually, to go to sidetrack for 2 seconds to go with our argument we had the other night in which we were discussing people taking up the different roles in All New, All Different Marvel, that I will agree with, because you were saying, why can't someone else be Captain America? Captain America has always been a rotational role. Anybody could be Captain America.
Yeah, well, yeah, that is true.
It always
but that's the thing though. Like fans used to say the same thing about Thor. And anyway, we're getting sidetracked.
Yeah, that's a different discussion.
So that's the whole different.
I'm just saying that the role of Captain America has always been a rotational one. I just say Steve Rogers is the most recognizable as he's the first Captain America.
Yeah.
But we've had John Walker. We've had Bucky Barnes.
U.S. Agent.
We've had Sam Wilson. Who else? And there's one more. I'm forgetting him.
Who became Captain America.
Yeah, there was one more, I believe.
Damn, I don't know.
And in proper continuity, because if you go into the Elseworlds, like other multiverse stuff, there's all kinds of people.
In Marvel's main continuity, I don't know. Oh, no. There was, there was the red, white, and... Was it the red, white, and black story? I think it was.
Yeah.
They said that there was another guy who was Captain America before Steve or something like that. So
yeah.
I don't remember. Anyway.
Okay, back on track. This is not our other podcast. This podcast stays on track.
This stays on track. Doctor Strange.
I don't see him going because they've just started.
That was my thought.
Yeah. Like I said at the beginning of this, I see the people from Phase 1 and 2 being done.
Yeah.
I see the Phase 3 guys and Ant-Man because he's kind of technically Phase. He's a weird phase. He's a weird character situation.
Yeah.
But I see mostly the Phase 3 people. So Black Panther, Doctor Strange. Who else is a solo Phase 3 character? We're gonna have Wasp.
There's Amazing Spider-Man or Spider-Man. He has Homecoming 2 after Infinity War.
Yeah, and then there's Captain Marvel is gonna be a Phase 3 character. Yeah. So I see those characters being fine. They're going to survive this whole thing. And I see Doctor Strange in general sticking around. That being said, he does have the soul gem or the time gem. He has the time gem. So who knows what's going to happen to him.
Well, also keep in mind, there have been other people who have been the Sorcerer Supreme besides Doctor Strange.
Yes.
So just because a movie's called Doctor Strange doesn't mean it'll have Stephen Strange. Now, we know that it will. But I mean, just kind of, spitballing. And the idea that he could potentially die. It doesn't mean that he'll stay dead. It's just, would he die? Honestly, that probably wouldn't happen just because of the fact that, one, you got Dormammu who's going to come back. Two, they just introduced the multiverse with him.
Oh, no, I know. And that's what I'm saying. Like, he's too new. I don't see him leaving. I don't even see him being badly injured. I do see him being removed from the equation pretty early on, though, due to his power level.
I agree with that. I think he will be like Doctor Strange in the original Infinity Gauntlet story, where he's more of like the ferryman between the superheroes getting from the battle and getting back to Earth, like casting the spells so they can breathe in space, all that kind of good stuff. I could see him being that guy. Like,
right, because if you go true Doctor Strange, he's too powerful at this point.
Yeah, against the Infinity Gauntlet, he'd probably get beat. But even then, like, it'd be obvious Doctor Strange would be the most powerful of all the beings that are there.
Yeah.
Like, nobody else would rival him in power. So it wouldn't make any sense for him to not be the number one guy. So they would probably have to tone him down a bit or something along those lines. Or he would just be like, we don't mess with time. Something like that.
Oh, we're living!
We don't play with time.
Side note, have you heard the theory that the reason that there's a time jump of 8 years in Spider-Man is actually because of Doctor Strange? There's a price that he has to pay for going into this whole time warp thing, and every time he died counts as a couple of seconds, and we don't know how many times he died.
Wow.
And so the theory is that right now going around is that Doctor Strange died the equivalent of 3 years, and that's the missing 3-year gap in Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know how valid that theory is, but
But I love those fan theories. Because those are like you remember the trail? What was it? The teaser trailer for Deadpool 2 and like the old man getting beat up in the alley.
Yeah.
Fans were saying that was Uncle Ben. Like people were like, "That's Uncle Ben." Have you seen that trailer? Oh, dude, it's hilarious. Like the Deadpool thing, like some guy's screaming in an alley, and Deadpool's like, "Oh man, I got to stop and help him." So he runs into a phone booth, and he spends like 5 minutes changing into his Deadpool outfit, and finally the guy gets shot. And so he gets out there, and this old man's just dead in an alley. Well, people have been saying that was Spider-Man's Uncle Ben. So it's just like this hilarious fan theory that was going on. But okay, so
back on topic. Yeah,
back on topic. So I think the most popular choice for the general people out there is Vision.
I could see that.
Yeah, that was the most popular choice. Like when I went through it, I was doing like searches on who people thought was going to die. The number one search is, will Vision die in Infinity War?
Well, and I had an idea why. Mm-hmm. I not even that's the because one, I know why the fans are saying it. He's powered by the Mind Gem.
Yes.
Mind Gem. Okay, so he's powered by a gem that Thanos is going to rip out of his skull.
Yes.
So there's a very good chance he is going to die. But I see him dying not so much as a catalyst to other events. I could see him dying and then the Hulk and then Iron Man going down or something along those lines. I think Marvel has no idea what to do with him. They don't even know what to do with him in the comics.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what they do with him. They have Thanos show up on Earth and he just like smacks him in the back of the head and catches the Mind Stone when it falls out.
Yeah.
That's how Vision dies.
But what I'm saying is like they don't know what to do with him.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry for all the fans who want it, and I will eat a sock. If they not that was on my phone, but I will eat a sock.
Nope, you gotta hold him to it. Dylan, do not edit that out.
I will eat a sock if I'm wrong. But I do not see Marvel making a Vision and Scarlet Witch movie about their marriage.
Me neither. I don't see that succeeding in the slightest. It was like this super short run. Well, not really super short run, but it was not the best comic book run ever.
I mean, it's cool that they've implied it and we've Easter egged it.
Yeah.
But I don't.
I mean, if they're going to be a couple, they're going to be a couple where they're like the couple alongside other things that are going on. So like you'll see the Vision and Scarlet Witch being romantic towards one another in another Avengers movie or like in another character's movie.
Maybe in Infinity War.
Yeah, maybe in Infinity War, Infinity Gauntlet, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I do not see them making Vision on their own.
I'm writing out the movie now. Thanos arrives, Scarlet Witch fights him, she gets knocked out. They were keeping Vision away from Thanos because of the gem, but because Scarlet Witch got injured, in a rage, she approaches Thanos, gets into a fight with him, and then Thanos plucks it out of his skull.
And just wipes him out.
Yeah.
Huh. I could see them using that as a way to bring Ultron back, too.
Yep.
Like Ultron, like, I've been staying inside of him the whole time. I've been hiding really well. No one knew where I was. I could easily see them doing that. But the only issue that I have with that is, at the end of the day, Vision is a character they really don't have a whole lot of idea what they want to do with, but there's a lot of things they could do with him. And so it's the Doctor Strange argument. You know, like he's for the most part, he had his appearance, he had his great big huge moment Avengers 2 when he lifted the hammer of Thor, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Those are like the only really significant moments that he's had. I mean, he had a couple moments here and there in Civil War, but he's just been a background guy. And so it would really seem like a waste of a character to introduce the Vision, to have him brought to life in Avengers 2 Age of Ultron, to have him be the only other guy who could lift Thor's hammer, and then kill him off like 3 movies later. So, I don't know.
But what else are they going to do with him?
What else are they going to do with him? And he has the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
So that Mind Stone's got to come out of his head somehow, if Thanos is going to get the Infinity Gauntlet. So I don't know. Okay, so the next one is Groot.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
I am Groot. I am Groot. Groot. I am 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 Groot.
You having an episode? You gonna be all right, man?
Yeah, you're 100% full of shit on that one.
Oh, you think so?
No, I don't. I'm a huge Guardians of the Galaxy fan, and Groot has been broken apart multiple times. And as long as there is a sliver remaining of him, he's gonna be able to grow back, as we've seen when he blew up and died in
the first one.
Yeah. And even on top of that, the fact that he's a CG character, they'll never get rid of him. You don't have to worry about him quitting. You don't have to worry about him leaving. His voiceover actor literally just says, I am Groot.
Yeah. Just a couple of inflections.
I guarantee you, they've already got so many I am Groot takes from Vin Diesel, they could do 20 more movies and just use old takes from him.
I bet they did, man. They rolled him into the studio for 8 hours and just said, just say I am Groot in as many ways as you think you can do it. Yeah. And then we'll record them all, and then you'll be done with your filming for the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Exactly. Now, I know everyone says that they give him the script and he says I am Groot as if he's saying that sentence, and I'm sure that's true, but I do not doubt that they have enough backup.
Oh, yeah.
That if Vin Diesel were to be like, I want more money, they're like, you're fired. We have plenty of you saying I am Groot.
Go make more Fast and the Furious movies, man. Don't know what to tell you. Yeah, okay. I could see that. Groot is a comedic relief. But
Yes.
I think that if Groot were to die, it would be one of those super sad moments.
But you're getting rid of a character that you never have to worry about replacing.
Yeah, but he's not essential. Groot is by no means essential to the entirety of... You know just as well as I do, there have been other members of the Guardians of the Galaxy, that have replaced other people.
For the record, I don't ever think that's going to happen with Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm pretty sure that the James Gunn version is now the permanent Guardians of the Galaxy.
It'll never change.
I don't think it will, honestly.
Yep. It'll have what's his name?
They'll add people like they've been doing, but they will never take away that movie cast.
Yeah, what's the name of the actor that plays Peter Quill? Chris Pratt.
Yep.
They're gonna roll
Another
out,
Chris!
Yeah, they're gonna roll out Chris Pratt's old bones. The guy's gonna be 70 years old. They're gonna roll him out there and have him act out Peter
You're
Quill.
Star-Lord!
Come on, man. No, I mean I don't know. I mean Groot is not essential. Honestly, I think that seeing Groot die would be crushing.
Well, I agree. But one, we already know there's a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yeah.
We already know Groot's in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that debunks the whole theory in general. And two, do you honest to God think that Disney is going to get rid of one of the characters they never have to replace when they're already dealing with Chris Evans wanting more money and Robert Downey Jr. wanting to leave? We have Groot, who we have a merchandising just bonanza.
Yeah. Kid Groot.
Yeah, I mean...
Kid Groot's amazing. Well, I guess he's teenage Groot now. Angsty Groot.
Angsty Groot.
Angsty Groot.
All right, we got time for one more, Rob.
We got time for one more.
One more.
Last one. All right. Spider-Man.
Okay. Let's ignore for the fact we know there's a movie for Spider-Man coming out after the whole thing.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true.
Sony giving the rights for them to use it temporarily. If Marvel then killed him, that would be the most screw you Sony move ever. Could you imagine that? They're like, finally we're going to work with Spider-Man. Finally we're going to put him in Infinity War. Finally he's going to get a movie and we're going to make you a success, Sony. Oh, we killed him. You can't do anything with him at this point. You really think you're going to revive him?
Yeah. It's like, oh, Sony, like your franchise is now gone. I don't know. I mean, I could see that happening. I mean, obviously we know with Spider-Man 2, I could see that happening. I wouldn't be surprised if something played out. I have no idea how it would play out, but the mantle will get passed on to like Miles Morales in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, something like that.
They implied he's there.
Yeah, they implied he's there. I could see Peter Parker either dying or like being crippled, losing his ability to be Spider-Man, something happening to him where he just can't come back. I mean, I would prefer it if he died, not because of the fact that I hate him. I mean, I love Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think Tom Holland is an amazing version of the character. I just think seeing Spider-Man die would be huge.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be massive.
No, I agree.
Yeah, it'd be a mind-blowing thing.
Now here's something that you haven't mentioned. What if everyone dies at the end of Infinity War? Everyone. And the Gauntlet is what brings them back.
I mean, remember, they still have the Cosmic Cube.
That's what I mean.
They literally
There
have
are
Marvel's
multiple
wishing
ways
box.
that we could bring everyone back. So they could kill everyone. Hulk gets annihilated. Thor loses his hammer and turns into like an old man in the corner.
Yeah.
Iron Man blows up or gets crumpled into a cube. Make it really gruesome. Captain America has his own shield cut his head off.
I mean, I could see...
Spider-Man webs his own face and snaps his own neck.
I could see Loki being the one to bring it back.
Yep.
Yeah, I could see Loki just being like, oh, we gotta fix all this. I mean, that's entirely possible. It could just be, I mean, that would be so impactful if, like, it's just giant battle with the superheroes and, like, Thanos just kills them all.
Or Doctor Strange survives, and he's like, Dormammu, I am here to bargain.
Yeah, or he just uses the time, or
the time gem,
time gem or something like
and
that.
He reverts everything.
Any number of things that he could do. I have no idea, but that's our idea on what superheroes we think may end up getting killed in Infinity War or Infinity Gauntlet.
Does that say you think the Fantastic Four are gonna die?
No, they're already killed. Fox killed them. They've been dead for a long time. Yeah, and Fox, despite your best efforts to make like a kid's version of the Fantastic Four with Franklin Richards, what? They're gonna stay dead.
So anyway, guys, thank you for joining us for this week's R&BE, the Rob and Benny Experiment. We bring this to you every Saturday. Check back here at Comicstorian by subscribing to the channel to see it. Follow me on Twitter at Comicstorian. Follow Rob at Comics Explained.
Yep.
Go check out his channel, Comics Explained. He does really good stuff. We definitely, if you don't know who he is, go check out his stuff.
I explain comics.
Yep. And don't forget, if you stick around, we have more B-roll. I don't know, we're probably going to put the fidget spinner one at the end of this, or it might be me discussing why I play girl characters in video games. We filmed both of those. If you watch, whichever one goes out this week, the other one's going next week. So, you have fun there?
I messed up my fidget spinner.
And moving to the B-roll. Welcome to Fidget Spinner Madness, our new podcast here at Comicstorian.
Yes, our fidget spinners have fidget spinners. Which I think they actually do. I think I've seen like where they have little fidget spinners on the end. which is kind of crazy.
I've seen ones that have like swords and blades in the end.
See, that's messed up, man.
Yeah.
That's
Could
like
you imagine?
torture.
Could you imagine that you mess up though? You're like fidget spinning and it
Yeah.
spins and you're like ah.
Oh, dude, have you seen that video? Like some guy was doing something, like he was slicing something like that, and he went to go like that and cut his arm.
Oh yeah, that was another YouTuber. Yeah, he did
Yeah,
that. He was trying
he
to
was messed
recreate
up.
Fruit Ninja. So what do you honest opinions, Rob? What do you think of these things? Don't get into my throat. I have two.
Oh man, these
is-
are so like I know people hate them.
Yeah.
I get that people are just like, I hate the fidget spinning community because it's something I don't understand, and so I hate things I don't understand. But I mean, I get that. I get that people are like that. But I mean, I love them because like I'm super bad ADD, and so like whenever I'm reading comics or whenever I'm trying to like figure out what I want to do with a video, like I'll just sit there and I'll just think with my fidget spinner. And then I can function like a normal human being, even if it's only for 5 minutes at a time. So,
Well, do you know how I ended up with so many fidget spinners?
I have no idea.
So we started off buying. Actually, we got this one right here. This is a Rooster Teeth one that I lost the top to.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so we got. Well, no, this actually isn't even the first one. What was the first one?
I have no idea.
We bought one. I don't remember what. I think Natalie
Also,
broke it.
I love the way it looks when it spins.
Yeah, that's the Destiny one. That's the
spin
Destiny one.
backwards.
Yeah. So I bought this as a gag. We were gonna do one of the Let's Plays.
Yeah.
Like I was gonna be obsessed with the fidget spinners.
Yeah.
And I legitimately really like the fidget spinner.
That's fun, man. I got a glow in the dark one because I just wanted to see what the hype was about.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got it as a gag because I'm like, I'm not gonna get one of these stupid little trendy toys again. Screw that. I wanna. Why would I get a fidget spinner? Like
supposedly, I don't even know if you knew about this, Chris. Supposedly, there was a woman that came up with these originally, and they never succeeded. So she sold the patent to somebody else. And then I guess years later they made them, and now it's $1 billion industry.
Right, and she makes nothing off of it.
She makes nothing off.
Yes.
She sold the rights.
That's not supposedly. I read that in Business Insider. And
Oh,
stuff
is
like
that what it
That's
is?
legit what happened.
I never
yeah.
bothered to read the actual story. That's what I heard.
So the actual story from what I read is that the woman, she created this fidget spinner device, right?
Yeah.
And it didn't catch on at all, and it didn't do well, and so she sold the patent, like you said.
Yeah. So it's everything I just said.
No, but hold on. Other companies then made other things, like the fidget cube, and like all these different things.
Megan knows the maker of the fidget cube.
Really?
China ripped him off
Really?
and beat him to market.
Wow. Man, China, dude, man, they will crank stuff out so fast.
For you guys wondering, that additional voice, that is Chris, our camera guy.
Yes.
Yes. This is the B-roll we're filming, Rob. You know.
Now, here's the funny thing about this. All right, Chris is more attractive than both of us. Yet he's not even on camera. He's not even on. Chris, show him what you look like, man.
Chris, come join the podcast.
Come join the podcast.
This is our B-roll. This is our camera guy.
our B-roll.
Yeah, we'll get him over here. Come on up, Chris.
Show him what you look like, man.
Here,
Look at this.
have a
Look at
Green
this man.
Lantern.
Look at this man. Have a fidget spinner. There you go. But no, these are so entertaining, man. Because it's a great way to kill time and to focus.
So actually, I got a question for you because Rob and I are into the whole YouTube and the trendiness and all this stuff.
Yes.
What do you think of this weird trend?
Of the fidget spinner.
Right, because the closest you get to YouTube right now is filming us.
Is this
talking.
from YouTube?
Oh no!
No, but like this is a trend on YouTube. Everyone's buying fidget spinners and they're freaking out over fidget spinners. And
I think it's kind of hard to have an opinion because I haven't seen the trend on YouTube.
I don't even know if I'm still in the camera anymore. I don't even know if I'm still in the frame anymore.
Oh yeah, we're all the way.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
all right.
okay, cool.
What is your opinion on fidget spinners in general then? Without even knowing just the trend of this new thing that everyone is selling.
I think they're way better than the bottle flipping.
No, the bottle
If you
flipping.
remember the fad with the bottle flipping?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's way better.
I hated bottle flipping because I couldn't do it.
I don't think they're better than Pogs. Do you remember Pogs?
Pogs.
I love Pogs.
Yeah, back in
I had a
the
whole
90s,
bunch.
man.
I had like a slammer with spikes in the end.
Yes.
So if we would compete, I would like destroy your Pogs.
I loved Pogs.
Yes.
No, I mean,
is the
it's
B-roll
very
always going to turn into us discussing the 90s?
I mean, I didn't mean for it to. But if you want, it can. So here's the funny thing too: is like, see, this makes me feel important because I feel like I can achieve something.
Right.
Because like when I was younger, I had a yo-yo, but I didn't know how to yo-yo.
Yo-yos were fun.
Yes, and all my friends were like, "Look at me, I'm walking the dog," and I'm like, "Whatever, man. I wish I could do
the
that."
flag. I could do the little bridge where it goes under.
I couldn't do anything with a yo-yo. It's like those kids that you'd meet. They're like, "Look at me juggle," and they juggle, and I'd be like, "Ah."
I just threw him into the air.
Yeah. I can throw everything up there too. I can't catch it, but I can throw it up.
Oh man. I mean, I guess it kind of works.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I think it's entertaining. I do like it compared to like what we were talking about. I think it's entertaining. I'm curious to see what's going to be the next trend or fad.
I wonder how much longer these have in them. Because this one at Rooster Teeth, so anybody who is not aware at the moment, we've been in talks with Rooster Teeth about bringing this podcast potentially to them, and I asked them about their merchandising, and they said, yes, we're aware that we got fidget spinners too late in the game, and they already feel like the trend's over.
Yeah.
We're gonna break my laptop. I'm gonna move my laptop because we're gonna throw fidget spinners
man.
onto my laptop.
No, but I mean, I think fidget spinners will end up going the way, I think ultimately they'll go the way of yo-yos or something like that. Like, they will stay something that people are familiar with forever. And
Like
they'll
slap
always-
bracelets.
Yeah, slap bracelets. Like there will always be a subsect of people who will just collect fidget spinners. But in terms of it being like as popular as it is now, not a chance. I'd say if it hasn't totally collapsed already, it will by the end of the year.
But you can't even hold yours.
Don't judge me.
I'm sitting here with two, and you can't even hold yours.
Don't judge me, man. All right, don't give me a
See,
hard
I'm
time.
somebody that fidgets,
Yeah.
and this doesn't really relieve the.
Oh, really?
No,
Oh, it
not
does
to
for
me.
me.
It doesn't. No.
Oh, it's cool. You got look at the lighting. Look at the camera lighting through the fidget spinners.
The light of Christ?
Yeah, the
sits
light of
above us?
Christ that we
The
have
light
on
of
us.
Christ. Jesus is coming back, y'all.
You're not entertained?
I'm entertained. I mean, it's okay. All I see is just this thing spinning really fast in front of it. I mean, it doesn't seem spectacular to me.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's B-roll. Don't forget to follow our Twitters if you've stuck around to the end of the video. Let us know in the comments down below what your opinions of the fidget spinners are.
Oh,
do
man.
you enjoy them? Do you
There's so
have
much
a
hate on the
collection?
fidget spinners.
I like them. I mean, this is a Flash one, and this is a Green Lantern one.
Yeah, they're gonna blarg. I hate fidget spinners.
This is a Rooster Teeth one, but I broke the top off. That's
Yeah.
they're using Destiny 2 ones. But let us know in the comments down below what you guys think about the fidget spinners. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Comicstorian, Comics Explained, and do you have Twitter? Do you use Twitter?
No. Instagram, it's Chris McGlynn.
Okay, there you
YouTube,
go.
it's Chris McGlynn. So.
Okay.
Serious?
Nice
You don't
to
use
meet you.
Twitter?
He doesn't get it,
Chris,
guys.
man, you gotta use
Instagram
Twitter, Chris.
photography.
You gotta use Twitter, dude.